Hello, I will be talking about Maple today. This is the second video in this series. In this tutorial, I will go over plotting and basic commands related to Maple plots. So let's set up an easy equation. Y equals 2 times x plus 3. This we can plot simply by using the command plot parentheses y end parentheses. And there is the plot. It is linear as was expected. If boundaries are wanted, they can be specified. Here I have specified that the values for x are between 0 and 5. The x-axis is now limited to 0 and 5. I'm going to clear the variables since x and y are generally used as variables for plots. For a three-dimensional plot, I insert the equation directly into the 3D plot command. 2 times sine parentheses x end parentheses plus y, and then put in the boundary conditions after it. Okay. To plot multiple lines on the same graph, the only new command that needs to be called up is the multiple command. If I wanted to plot the line s equals 2 times x and the line 2 equals 3 times x plus 1 on the same graph, I would first call up plots, then in brackets type in multiple to tell Maple that there will be multiple arguments, and then call up plot and put the equations into brackets. I added a boundary condition to one of the equations, and it can be seen that that equation is bounded as per instruction on the produced graph. You can format the graph in many ways. Some of the more common ones I will demonstrate here. Let's go back up to the commands that we use to produce this graph. I am going to change the color of the bounded line to blue. Next, I will change the scaling. Maple's default value is unconstrained. However, by adding scale equals constrained, it forces all the axes to use the same scale. Also, the thickness of a line can be changed to any non-negative integer. As can be followed, I specified that the blue line should have a thickness of 4. The line style can be changed to many different types, such as dash and dot. Here I have changed the red line to dot. I can also change the data point symbols. Here I have changed it to an asterisk for the red line. To add a title, you go to the end of the plot command and there add whatever you would like to choose as a title equal to title but in apostrophes. To edit the axes labels, you select what you would like to choose as the labels and set that equal to labels as similar to title. Here I put the values for S and T instead of the letters S and T. To avoid this, I will add apostrophes. To change the font of the labels, the command to use would be label font. To change the font of the title, it is title font. Here I am changing the label font to Helvetica with size 10. There is another option to formatting in Maple. If you right-click the graph or one of the lines, you can select any number of features and change them from there. Here I've selected the blue line and changed its transparency to 0.5. I can easily add a title and captions. I can also change the style of the line, the symbols that make up the data points, the line style, and the color of the line. Another useful tool is the manipulator. This allows you to move around the plot to a location that best suits your needs. This is especially helpful for 3D plots. Lastly, in the top toolbar is located the Help button. You can click on that and in the drop-down menu select Maple Help or hit Ctrl F1 as a shortcut. Here you can search for either topic or text. Let's search for the topic plot. This will provide me with information relating to the topic plot, and I can find out many things, like what functions are allowed to be plotted by the plot command and what variables need to be used. This ends the Maple tutorials.